Welcome to Kharche Ka Funda with me, Anil Saigal. On this show, we'll talk about the fundamentals of spending wisely. We have with us today Samrat. Hi, Samrat.
Hi.
Samrat, tell us a little about yourself. What do you do? Where do you live?
So this is a very basic question that everyone has asked. What do you do? So we always think that a person needs to ask, what do you do in terms of a profession, as almost as if that's the identity of the human being.
Yeah, that's what we tend to do. We identify people with what do you do? I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, I'm a lawyer.
Yeah. So by profession, I run a restaurant which has been operating for almost 10 years now. It's a Mexican restaurant in Bombay itself.
Very good.
But that is what I do for a living. But how I want to live is what I like to do. So I think all of us, we're still trying to figure that part out.
What do you do?
Yes.
So the question, big question, you know how I have answered that question most of the time.
Yes.
I live a life.
Yeah.
So let's hear, what do you do?
No philosophy and no kind of religion focuses on being happy as per your income. Then why are we so focused on that? And you see, there are a lot of people who do believe in philosophies, who do pray religiously. But if you're praying and if you're believing in a philosophy, then why aren't we doing it the right way?
I'll tell you, I have the answer for you.
Yeah, please.
It's capitalism. Yes. There is a biggest religion of the world is money, is capitalism. Their God is money. So that is what they've been promoting. So you carry on now.
So in that case, there is no religion. We are just following capitalism blindly without even knowing about it.
Exactly.
Because in my definition, if everyone is born equal, then everyone is also born equal for achieving happiness or having a peaceful life. So that does not mean that if a person is not earning a very, very good wage, does not mean that he doesn't have the right to be happy or to be content. So that is a great inequality that the world has developed because of your capitalism. Yeah.
The religion of capitalism.
Religion of capitalism.
So your perspective on money is this, that you think money is not really a necessary thing to be happy. But having said all that, I agree with you in everything you say.
Right.
But it's easy to say on a full stomach that money is not needed to be happy.
Right.
What do you say to a person who is suffering in the famine in Maharashtra? What do you tell that person, that you don't need money to be happy? That is a little difficult for me to digest.
So see, it's very unfortunate that there is such great inequality in the world, and there are people who genuinely are in acute shortage of even the basic requirements. So this is where we have to draw the line between a need and a want. So if I have to go really to make a comparison, I need just 3 meals a day. I need a roof over my head, and I need basic clothing. This is the need of a basic human being. But if I could want to be living in a penthouse. I could want to be eating food in a 5-star hotel 3 times a day. And wants are exponential. They are infinite. They will never have any kind of end. And I sincerely feel that if you are happy because of your own success, if you have some way of sharing this happiness with other people, your happiness only gets multiplied. It gets broadened. You have many more sources to be happy. So where there is inequality, it's the guys at the top who are supposedly very happy. They should be happy and sort of balancing things out. And we talk a lot about how dirty our country is, how uneducated the people are, how uncivilized they are. So my question to anyone is that if you are going to be complaining about something, you also should have the recommendations or the suggestions to make that happen, to make this place better. So if you're going to be always complaining and never giving back, then you don't have the right to actually complain.
So you've been doing things in this direction since you're a young person. You have more invested in the world around you than we have. You have more years on this planet. You have more chance to make a difference also at the same time. So I'd like to know in what direction you've been doing stuff in this respect.
So basically, when we started our restaurant, it was my younger brother and me. We were very young. We were 20 years old with little or no idea of hospitality whatsoever. But we felt that if the hospitality industry or the people, they gave us a chance to do something on our own, we felt the only way to reciprocate was to get people into our management that also needed a push. So if we had an option, we could pick up people from 5-star backgrounds with lots of experience, very presentable guys. What we realized that these guys can survive on their own. They don't need our help. If not us, they will find 10 other restaurants to work at. So what we did is that we picked up people with very, very basic skills, very basic presentation, with maybe little or no vocabulary in English, no skills of that sort. And we realized that these guys will never have a chance to make it to an establishment of our level. Maybe they do when they're 50 years of age, 60 years of age, but they'll have to really slog themselves to even think of coming to that kind of level.
Very good. So you gave them an opportunity that they would never otherwise get.
Yes. So for me, a restaurant, I might be feeding 5,000 people in a month or in a day. But for me, more important is the 50 people and the staff that I have, and feeding their families. And we are very proud that we are not doing Samaj Seva, but we are allowing a person or a human being with little chance to come to a level which he may not have had a chance otherwise. So we are not doing charity that, you know what, this is money, take it. We are making the person feel respected, that yes, he is eligible to earn this. But we gave them the push, we trained them thoroughly, we gave them all the blood and sweat that we could offer. And now, because they were given a chance, they also reciprocate in the same way. So whether it is the success of the staff or the restaurant, it is, for me, it is the byproduct of a hard work. That is money actually. Money is
a byproduct of hard work. Excellent. So you've shared not just your money, you've shared your opportunity also with the staff, with the team that you carry. That's an excellent approach to money.
Yeah.
But how about spending? Like spending some. Now what the problem arising with the world is, जिससे भी बात करो, खर्चे का बड़ा problem है, खर्चे की बड़ी problem है. That's the reason we started with this show.
Correct.
So that part, खर्चा, once you're done, once your stomach is full, once your bank is full, are you allowed to splurge a little, or are you should focus on building society and spreading your money and sharing it with people? Do you believe in like partial of both, or do you believe only in the serious part? I want to know a little more about that.
So as far as expenditure is concerned, I'm also prey to the same, is that we have a social norm as to what expenditure gives you happiness. So let's say I spent 10,000 rupees for a single meal at a 5-star restaurant because everyone else does it and it's supposed to be a very cool thing. It gets you happy and everything. But my experience tells me that I have enjoyed a 100 rupee meal at a roadside dhaba far more than the 10,000 rupee meal. So I would urge people to think on their own, to be smart enough to realize where they need to spend money, where they need to have expenditure. Expenditure on what you really like doing is acceptable.
Don't be told what will make you happy. You determine what will make you happy, and don't look at the price tag. Sometimes it can come for free. Like standing at the beach and looking at the ocean is the best view you can. You cannot build that with $1 billion, and it's given to you for free. So there I agree with you wholly, and I always enjoy that view, that $1 billion view that I have for free, that no billionaire can buy. So there I agree with you completely. You've hit the nail on the head.
Thank you.
I'm falling in love with you. Okay.
Thank you.
So you tell me now, how do you want to conclude this discussion on money and on expenditure? Give us a takeaway.
Okay, so my take is, let's take a step back. Let's breathe. Let's just take an understanding right now. Everyone should ask themselves right now, am I happy? You can lie to everyone, but you can't lie to yourself. If you get an answer yes, then you must be one of the luckiest people in the world, that you're really happy. But if you're really not happy, then all your efforts so far have just been futile, and you're just following the herd mentality. So I would rather say that even if you have to walk in a direction alone, you walk in that direction than in the wrong direction with a herd.
With a herd,
because you will end up getting nowhere. And personally, with whatever experiences I have had in life, I think we should switch from the comfort of a hotel, a 5-star hotel, to the comfort of a tent with a 5-star million view.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
that's exactly I would say.
Excellent, Samrat. Thanks a lot for coming and sharing your views on money and
pleasure.
expenditure with us. And it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you. And we'll
pleasure.
meet again and talk again soon.
Yes, look forward.
And before we go, fund of the day. Measure your success against your own goals, not against the goals and success of others.